Hey guys, this is Desert Fox, and I figured I'd go ahead and wanted to talk about something that's been going on. This pretty big deal in the YouTube community, as far as itself, is involving Ray William Johnson and the thing going on with Maker Studios and why he left. Now, would have been yesterday he came out and had an article on, what is it, newmediarockstars.com. I'll have the link then in the video description. But he had a video coming out explaining why he left, what happened, and had some other stuff in it too, showing how ridiculous Maker Studios is being, or was. Who knows at this point? Now that it's out of the public, they might not be acting the same way. But now there was people that tried to blame Ray, some of them, few makers and stuff, or some other people being, oh, why would they bring this on the public? Ray didn't bring this on the public at first. He was dealing with this crap for a while because he didn't say anything pretty much to any of his fans. He didn't have any videos. He's like, hey, after he left, his first Eagles 3 episode I saw actually was just him. He's like, hey, I'm going to be filming from my apartment for a bit or whatever. He explained, and he had a couple episodes there, and he never explained what happened. All he knew is it said on Your Favorite Martian that the channel was shut down, that it would be no more Your Favorite Martian, and never really went and explained anything because he didn't want it public. As he even said, he wanted to be in private because it's just between him and Maker Studios and CEO Danny Diamond. As what was going on. So it came out apparently that what happened was they wanted to renegotiate contracts where they were taking, I forget the exact amount of the link though, let me see here. It was like 50% or something of the essence, and then another 40% or something like that of what equals 3 brings in at for the rest of life or whatever, pretty much. Any revenue whatsoever for the rest of the time that it brings in, which is a little ridiculous, especially since that's not something that he made for them. That is something he made himself beforehand, and then came before he signed on the Maker Studios and it came on. Now I'm pretty sure Your Favorite Martian was actually created while he was at Maker Studios and stuff, so that is their property, as you could say. So there's not much really he could do on that. But then they were apparently trying to strong arm him because he said pretty much he wasn't going to sign the new contracts. This is what he's saying that they were doing because they were ridiculous and they were way too strong and they were wanting way too much money. And that then they shut down the production of Your Favorite Martian album, which he was working on for the past like 8 months, I think it was something like that, and I think it was getting very close to being done. It was supposed to be out soon, and then all of a sudden, because he was not on Eco Street for a while, he'd guest hosts were coming in and doing it, and just all of a sudden, then he was back and he was in his apartment, and there was really no explanation. And there was rumors on YouTube and the comments you would see people said something similar to this, that somehow they got it, they heard it from someone else or what, or maybe he just said a little like he left because of that, and that they figured it out because the channel was shut down. But then he came out and they were trying to like a ridiculous amount of money, and I think a lot of this has to do is it's a production company, they're a business, yeah, but I think a lot of it has to do with too is now these production companies too, but yeah, they're mainly YouTube based one, that I think these older business guys and whatnot are in stockholders or investors or whatever in the company are starting to realize what YouTube really is and how much money he's bringing in. They knew, oh, this is a big deal, but they probably thought this is something that's just going to pass. As far as the internet, no, the internet is supposed to be the new thing. It's going to be the new form of media. It's already moving that way. You can see that with YouTube. You see that with Xbox Live, with any of that cable television and stuff. It's going on the wayside. I myself don't even have cable anymore. I have Netflix and Hulu, and that's pretty much it. And then I have YouTube and internet. I have no purpose for that. If I want to watch a slut thing, I'm not going to pay whatever, 100 some if you have digital, or probably like 50 some. I don't even know what short it is anymore for regular cable. If I just want to watch a few shows here and there that interest me, and that's it. But then it got to the point he also posted some what was it? I guess tweets or text messages from Danny himself. No, I want to see here. I don't see him right now. They were on here. Maybe they removed it or something. But it was pretty much like talk. It was completely unprofessional what Danny sent to Ray, saying, "Oh, you have no talent, and if you want more, bitch, bring it on. I have so much dirt on you." He's pretty much saying that, and it was pretty much crazy. Oh, okay, actually, no, right down here it is in the bottom of the original article. See now, okay, he said Danny Zappin. Ray, your lack of integrity and character is sad. Your lies will not go without a full-on expose about your selfish ego-driven actions and real truth. Maker will not tolerate lies of a low-life egomaniacs that think they are better than everyone else. I will reply and lay out the facts in great detail since you feel this needs to be public. I have emails, contracts, revenues, data, and interviews with Maker Studios staff, and behind-the-scenes footage of your actions. Truth will prevail. We won't allow you to slander us with lies without responding. I'm sorry you have taken to this level. Stay tuned. Whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much unprofessional. If you're ahead of a company and stuff, you should never say something like that in public. You would either ignore those claims, send it out in an email yourself to your company for maybe a newspaper or something, whether it be a website or not. At this point, this is more internet based. You don't do that. That's unprofessional completely, and especially it was like 2 a.m. or stuff. He was sending stuff to him and whatnot. But then also, actually, even Philip DeFranco, who's pretty big on YouTube, even replied, and he said, in my opinion, another title for the article could have been, "What happens when Ray William Johnson pokes a psychopath with a stick?" And he pretty much says, "Good luck, Ray." Which Philip DeFranco, if you don't know, if you don't watch stuff, is very smart dude. He knows what he's talking about and stuff. But I'm pretty sure also at one point the Fine Brothers had worked with Maker Studios, and I think somebody else, it might have been Smosh guys. I'm not sure, it might have been someone else. I know there's been some bigger YouTube people who worked with Maker Studios before and no longer are, and there's probably reasons for this. Also, Ray came out saying apparently beforehand, he found out afterhand when he went out with Danny one night, was drinking, that Danny actually was a convicted felon, and he was actually waiting for that to go away because it's so many years before that goes away, that so he could take over as CEO of Maker Studios, which now has come out apparently it's a drug thing, but that's still something that should be revealed if someone's signing a contract beforehand. Yeah, if it was just a drug thing, it's not as big of a deal. It's not like he robbed someone or something like that, or was accused of stuff. But still, that's something that should be brought up because you might be a little more aware of stuff. I don't know, as someone's past, because that's when you're going into a business deal like that. This is a big deal when it comes to something like this. I mean, this could be similar somewhat. You could relate this to the whole Conan O'Brien and Jay Leno scandal, pretty much a couple years back with that whole thing with NBC and whatnot. But as one thing, as a production company, if you have something so big and someone like Ray William Johnson comes to you, who's like one of the top people and then becomes #1 on YouTube, why would you fuck with that at all? Don't be dumb. Don't be greedy. That's just stupid. You have something that people like, people that watch, that is huge. Why would you mess with that? Why would you do that? That just seems, it's stupid. I mean, why would you miss it at all? You could definitely change. Ray was different once he started with Maker Studios. Shortly after, you could see the drop and the changes in Eagles 3, and people didn't like it. Even people were coming out and saying, and I have to agree that it was different. I was a fan. I watched this stuff. My cousin showed it to me years ago. Shortly after he first started. I mean, he even had the other videos which you can't find. He doesn't have him on his channel anymore, but other people he posted, you can probably find him on YouTube, of him talking about political stuff. I forget the actual name of it right now off the top of my head, but that was before Eagles 3, and then he started doing Eagles 3, and then, I mean, that was a big deal then. Once he was big once he went to Maker Studios, so why they would even mess with that at all makes no sense whatsoever, and that was completely unprofessional things that happened. And then I forget his name, the other co-founder or whatever founder of Maker Studios, came out with had a video blog or whatever talking about it, and pretty much I listened to some of it. It sounded like a bunch of BS, whatnot, of him just trying to cover their asses, and they probably know that that company's gonna start going down now, because Ray was probably half of the views or not more of what they had. I mean, it's apparently one of the bigger production companies. And as far as YouTube, I don't think they should be production companies. I mean, if there is, it's how it should be. If there's a production company, especially with something like YouTube, someone creates something that brings it to you, there should be, they make the content, they take the pay and everything. The company doesn't take any pay whatsoever, and then you would have to pay like a month, like rent, almost like it's an apartment. You had to pay a monthly fee for using their studio, their equipment, or other people that work there. Like, you just pay them a monthly fee. That's your rate. That's it. That's what they make the revenue, not off percentage of what you make. It shouldn't be like that. And then contracts, and it's a whole messy mistake. And it's not like Ray was dumb or anything. He actually, that might not be, a lot of people might not know, he went to Brown University, I'm sure it was, before YouTube, and was going to be a lawyer, so he definitely knows the stuff about legal stuff and whatnot. I mean, that's a pretty big school, going to Brown, and he was going to be a lawyer. He definitely knew what he was probably looking at in contracts and stuff, and he knew that that was dumb, pretty much signing over all that right and all that percentage that they wanted off that. That's just ridiculous. And they pretty much wanted, I forget, I think they said how much, it was even a crap ton more for Your Favorite Martian. They were asked for a ridiculous amount of stuff, or money-wise, revenue, which is beyond ridiculous. And then just their unprofessional actions by the CEO, Danny Zapman, or Diamond, whatever his name is, exactly. Yeah, that's clearly, that's unprofessional. Just sending texts or tweets or whatever that late and replying like that then on it, that his lack of integrity and character and stuff, and you're calling him stuff and whatnot, when this is person that was like half of your views on your thing, and without him there anymore, yeah. And now he probably did break his contract or whatever by leaving, but he did the right thing in all honesty, from the looks of it, from his side. Now this is what we know. Who knows what more could come out in the time. We'll just wait and see. But I would have definitely say he did the right thing here. You should never sign over that much. No production studio should ever have control of an AdSense account over your thing you created, over something you do. And as a production company, don't fuck up something that it's so big and brings us so much revenue and whatnot. It's such a big deal and makes your company almost what it is. That's just stupid. I mean, I don't consider myself a businessman or anything, but I know a good bit about business, and that's just dumb. Why would you change something that's working? I mean, there's old saying like that forever. Why try to change something that's fine? Why try to fix something that works? I mean, you see that in business all the time. Restaurants, I've seen that working, and other businesses, things that work and things were fine the way they were, and people try to change them. And it's worse, and they don't realize this, and that's a lot of times. Well, then you'll see that, and then 5 months later, there's a new general manager or whatever. That guy's gone because he tried to change stuff that was fine, and he fucked it up. I've seen that countless times. But yeah, it's just more, but Ray even put pictures up of the contract pages and emails and whatnot, and it definitely seems like he was on right, and you could definitely stuff change, and it feels like he's going back toward more what it was before Maker Studios, which is in his best interest anyway, because he probably lost some people. I would think maybe in between that time, maybe not, because he did become #1, but then that was not long after. I think he was at Maker Studios and now in LA, and then it shortly became more. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. That's, as a production company, that's just stupid to change something that works. I mean, yeah, you can relate that to the whole Jay Leno thing, and if you're that big, well, now he is, but if you're that big on YouTube and stuff, just do your own production studio. I mean, hire people to do editing, or if you need that or whatnot, or do it all yourself. Either way, because then you're in full control of your own product. You can do with it as you please and make it as you want. Not letting someone else control and be like, oh, we need to change this. Let's do this. Let's get rid of that. And then, like, writers, or in his part, he probably had a few other people help writing some of the jokes and stuff, or characters, and they weren't very funny at all or whatnot. That's just, I don't know. And it was just, like I said, completely unprofessional and part of the CEO of Maker Studios, that you're supposed to set an example. You're CEO of a company. You're supposed to be professional, and you're supposed to show that. And you don't respond like that in anything. That was just stupid. But that's my thoughts on this. I hope good luck to Ray. I've been watching his stuff for a long time. I kind of came back now more, watching more frequently again since he's left Maker Studios, because I think it's starting to get better, and I'm looking forward to see what he does with starting up his own production company and stuff, and working with I forget the other, Julian Smith, I think it was, working with him on stuff. But as starting his own production company and whatnot, to see how this goes now that he has full control and say pretty much what he does. Now this will probably see this go to the court and stuff, but they won't get really anything from Equals 3. They shouldn't. Maybe some money, but that being be stupid on the fact that he created that before he was there. That wasn't something he created while he was there. He created Equals 3, and it was what it was before he came to Maker Studios. Now, your favorite Martian, that's another thing. That's probably their property, and you'll probably not get to see that ever again or anything, unless for some reason they give it up, or who knows what would happen if this goes to the court. But I'd say good luck to Ray, and hope everything works out for him for the best. This is Desert Fox, and I'm out. Hunter-killer drone deployed.